Hello, high flyers, and welcome to January 23rd. Today favors purposeful work and mental clarity, as well as loving all of your complexity. The three aspects today of devotion, the number 6, transition with the 6 of Swords, and choice with the Lover's card. I'm Anthony, the Empathic Elevator, and we're here to tune into your signs, signals, and synchronicities, your ascension cycle, your point and place in which we find ourselves. And without further ado, see what the angel spirits and guides, ascended masters, and ancestors have to say from the conscious spirit deck for January the 23rd. 1:11 on the timer. It's in alignment for us today. We awaken spirit today. What else do we have? What do they need to see, hear, and to know this time? Underlying energy from the conscious spirit deck. Quite a marvelous little synchronicity, coincidence. We have the heart chakra. This gives that upper heart chakra energy with pink and unconditional love. Also that emerald green has to deal with healing. There's an aspect of healing and release that goes with the day, making the choice to love yourself, to love the complexities of yourself. I love myself and others unconditionally and nurture loving relationships. Number 17, 1 and 7 makes 8, reminds you to call back your power as you learn to love yourself. I love myself and others unconditionally. And about nurturing, what are you devoting ourselves today? Who, what, where are you nurturing? Which relationships do you choose to nurture today? The present. Power of now. Eckhart Tolle brought us this wisdom of the presence. The present that is the presence of being in the present. Embracing changes as we're in the present with the number 23. I fully experience every moment of life by living in the present. Living in the present moment by surrendering our ideas about time, by surrendering body, mind, and soul with 333 on the timer. Find that connection to be present with what you wish to nurture, to be present with the whole of you, to be present with whatever transition we're dealing with at this time. Find your bliss. Number 15, making 6. That number 6 is that idea of devotion. Are you devoted to finding your bliss? Are you devoted to following the path you love? Just tuning into that knowing of this violet energy and your personal power with lemon yellow. Opening your heart and your hands. Opening up to healing, to love. With the Lover's card, that idea of love is a choice. I'm following a path I love, and I'm fully aligned to my soul purpose. Perhaps part of our soul purpose is to be present. And I'm just going to talk about this today even. Perhaps our soul purpose isn't some grandiose title or idea. Perhaps it's just about accepting and expressing the complexities of ourselves, the differences. Release. We're being called to release today as well. Release for healing, that emotional release. I release that which does not serve my higher purpose with gratitude and love. So on the flip side of the coin of following our bliss, of following the path that we love and being fully aligned to expressing all these parts of you, also releasing on the other side of that coin what we no longer wish to express, to align with. Releasing those energetic patterns and lightening up along the way with this imagery of the light in the background and becoming more light, becoming more enlightened. I release that which does not serve my higher purpose with gratitude and love. Helping spirit to awaken. Third eye chakra is that indigo center between our brow, between that center of insight, between our center of truth and knowing. We have our center of seeing. I see the wisdom of my higher self and I apply this wisdom in my life. You see your purpose more insightfully. Can you have the insight to see what it's time to release? What is it time to transition towards, to make movement, to create momentum towards? That third eye chakra, and the number 24, again, we have the number 6 with devotion. Devoting ourselves to finding insight about what we need to release, how we can tune greater into unconditional love. Sacred space. So you can create the sacred space. Also, allow yourself to find a sacred space, a sacred energetic space in the company of those who support us to love ourselves unconditionally. I find peace, security, and contentment when surrounded by nature's beauty. Allowing nature to help us to transition, to release. You can call on water, rivers, even a shower, a mindfully taken shower, where we mindfully release into that flow of water the things that are no longer serving us, so we can find peace, security, and contentment. Sacred space, creating that sacred space within, as well as we release as we just choose to be present. Earth angel, you star seeds, light workers, and earth angels tuning into this channel. I'm a guardian of Mother Earth, and I protect all who live on her. It goes with that unconditional love. Loving others unconditionally, nurturing loving relationships. When we nurture a loving relationship with our own knowing, with our own purpose, with our own bliss, we can hold the space of unconditional love for others. We can see through the eyes of love. We can see through the eyes of being this guardian, of being seeing from our higher self, our higher purpose. Embrace change. You migrate like the seasons. You walk through the doorway of change. You have these birds in the distance, the geese, reminding us of migration, to embrace changes and move easily and confidently through the changes in my life. They're one of those foundations moving forward into this open space, into a space where we embrace ourselves, where we embrace the truth of others as well. We allow ourselves to see what is not seen with the moon's energy on this card, and color blue tuning into truth and the throat chakra. And we have Moon Goddess. This can be made out to be Lilith, the Moon Goddess. And the moon in itself is consciousness. It comes with the moon, with fertility and remembering. Also cycles of what's seen and unseen. And the changes. There's in constant change, constant motion, constant transition. And a harmonious flow with the moon's energy in all phases of life. Calling you to embrace the changes, embrace the transitions, embrace the cycles, embrace the unknown, embrace what we're being called to do in these cycles. We release ourselves, we're moving towards a full moon, where in which full moons we are more capable of receiving the manifestations that the desires we launched on the new moon. Air elemental. Connecting to our higher purpose, what serves our higher purpose. Using the third eye chakra to connect to that insight, the wisdom, to connect to the airwaves. I embrace the element of air, and I am open to all knowledge and wisdom. You know, like how two people get the same ideas in similar times, or inventions, they tend to be invented, like two people will invent the same invention around the same time because it's in the airwaves. That's the element of air, consciousness that lives through into air. It's also the element of swords when it comes to the tarot. Okie dokie, so from the Abraham Hicks Ask and It Is Given deck, what do we have for our beautiful viewers? What do they need to see, hear, and know? 12:39 on the timer, maybe seeing those 3 6s and 9s, or 12:12. Spirit, what else do we have? What else do we have for our beautiful viewers? This High Flying Collective. And any further cards, as well as underlying energies. I don't need too many of these. Underlying energy from our Abraham Hicks channel here. I look for positive aspects in every experience. Looking for that unconditional love, that unconditional point of view. Getting present with the positive aspects. Releasing ourselves from paying attention to what no longer serves us as well. What's on the back of this card? Within every particle of the universe is that which is wanted and the lack of it. By looking for the positive aspects of whatever you're giving your attention to, you maintain your connection to well-being. Love that. Leaning into the positive growth, into the positive changes. First card out, you receive this insight that all is well. All is well. Babies are beings from non-physical, eternally coming forth for the creation that which they decide. The babies are wanting so much for you to know that all is well. Yes, because babies come freshly from that source energy, freshly connected to that higher self with the third eye chakra. All is well. Can you embrace this knowledge, this wisdom? Can you open your heart and find the release that comes with this knowing that all is well? You know, it can be fucking hard to hear because there's just so much going on in our lives, in the world, and it's truly helpful to look for positive aspects to in every experience. To tune into peace and security and the nature, the natural being of all is wellness. You're allowed to stand out, to be this white horse, to nurture your inner being, to stand proudly with what you decide to nurture, to ground yourself in those relationships as well. The nurturing mother horse there. To feel better is at the root of every desire. Some insight in that, going with our third eye chakra energy. For us to feel better is the only reason any one of us wants anything. To feel better is at the root of every desire. So when it comes to transitions and with having come into this time space, as we just heard from all is well, became knowing that all is well, that the root of all of our desires is for us to feel good, for us to feel better, to tune into unconditional love for the unique parts of ourselves, for our unique journey. And also saying that, you know, our desire is at the root of feelings. The reason we desire anything is because we know that all is well. We know the root of well-being that is the basis of the universe. I am life everlasting. I am eternal being. You are a vibrational being more than a physical being. You cannot die. You are everlasting life. In grace, you may relax and allow your gentle transition back into non-physical state of pure positive energy. Your natural state is foreverness. Came here to be a guardian of Mother Earth, to connect with nature, to connect to the well-being, to find harmony with the cycles, to connect to your infinity, to your unique qualities, to express these unique qualities, to express your unique scent, to look for positive aspects about this experience as a eternal being in a physical body. Your life everlasting. You're a guardian of Mother Earth. I am selfish enough to want to feel good. This also, encouraging us to embrace these changes, to be selfish enough to release what's no longer serving our higher purpose with gratitude and with love. You gratefully release yourself into a place of well-being feeling, of knowing that all is well, of this rolling in the grass like a cat, releasing yourself into harmonious flow. I don't know how to be in that rolling stone. Rolling stone gathers no moss. Selfish enough to want to feel good. It's that sacral chakra energy as well, and also heart chakra, learning to love ourselves unconditionally and nurture loving relationships with ourselves and with our others, with our loving relationships with our feelings. To allow well-being, I must be in joy. And since all is well, to allow in well-being, I must be in joy. So you must tune in to that channel, joy. Start a relationship with it. Feelings of love, joy, passion, exhilaration, fun, interest are indications of your vibrational match to well-being. You must set your own vibrational tuner to the one of well-being. When you set your tuner, your third eye chakra, that receiver of insight, and the crown chakra to receive that knowing, and the wisdom, the element of air, the wisdom that our higher self has, and apply this to our life. Finding that sacred space to allow well-being, I must be in joy. I find peace, security, contentment when surrounded in nature's beauty. Looking to nature to tune into your own well-being feeling. I choose my unique path to joy. It's about you choosing to express all those unique qualities of you and to release those places, things that don't celebrate those qualities of you, the people that don't celebrate our uniqueness, and embrace those that do, to choose that unique path, to choose to continue to row this boat gently down the stream. There's a boat in the river here. And to ground yourself in this knowing, to ground yourself in knowing that you deserve to walk your unique path. You deserve to walk a path to joy. And this path to joy, you must be in joy to allow well-being, to understand that all is well. It also helps to know that I'm a physical extension of creative, non-physical energy. All these little wise snippets coming out. Can you pick this up? Can you see the insight? Receive the knowing of your impermanence, the knowing that you are physical extension of creative, non-physical energy. You're life everlasting. You're more vibrational being than you are a physical being. And you'll never cease desiring, because to feel better is at the root of any desire. We shall go to the Prism Oracle to tune into the next leg of this journey. Of course, we'll wrap it up with our bookie book. Lots of green and blue, purples on the boards, on the table, sorry. Looking for positive aspects in every experience, loving ourselves unconditionally to nurture loving relationships, so we can be that guardian of Mother Earth, so that we can pass on this wisdom, this message that we are eternal beings. We can find this unique path to joy, to expressing the wholeness of our being, walking this aligned path with our soul purpose. What else do we have for the viewer today? Okay, so our underlying energy from this deck goes with all of our red on the table. All is well, and finding grounding in this energy with the Strength card. Strengthening your devotion, finding your strength to move through these transitions, finding the strength to love yourself unconditionally. And it's also calling you to ground yourself, to tune into your security and contentment, to find a sacred space, perhaps to tune into that peace and security, to be selfish enough to want to feel good, to strengthen your body, to strengthen your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual body. We have stop. Take the time to stop and find peace and security in nature. To stop and ground yourself. To stop and know that all is well. Take the time to stop and be with the present, to fully experience every moment by living in the present. And obey, those little red flags that come up and tell us to, to stop beating ourselves up, stop blocking yourself from feeling better as well. We have mystery. Sometimes it's a mystery why we go through what we go through until we take the time to stop and see just what we've gained. Mystery also connects us to the third eye chakra and inviting you to open up to wisdom of the higher self, the mysteries of the higher self, mysteries of that inner world, and to embrace the mysterious parts of ourselves, the complexities of ourselves, to allow a little mystery in our life, to not have to figure it all out. We have comfort. This is directly tied to heart chakra. Heart chakra energy. I love myself unconditionally and others and nurture loving relationships. Bringing in some comfort into these transition period of release and growth, of regrowing our strength, of regrowing that well-being feeling. Bring yourself some comfort and connect with a close friend who can comfort any parts of ourselves, help comfort us into helping to love the unique parts of ourselves. We have the abundance card. Calling you to look for positive aspects in every experience. Look for the abundant lessons, the abundance of expansion, the abundance of growth. To be selfish enough to tune into your abundance through appreciation and gratitude, through surrendering in sacred space, through loving yourself unconditionally, loving the abundance of you, loving your abundant complexity. Opening the doors to abundance by embracing the changes, by choosing to follow this path to abundance, your unique expression. Ideation. This goes with the idea of knowing that all is well, and to allow in well-being, I must be in joy. We also may have some ideas about ourselves coming up when it comes to finding this acceptance, of transitioning into self-acceptance and choosing to love ourselves. Peace. The peace card. I find peace, security, and contentment when surrounded by nature's beauty. This is a gift of peace, a message of peace. Can you bring this message of peace to others? Can you choose a unique path to your peace and allow in a message of peace? Allow in this message that all is well. And we have sadness. It can be sad to release that which doesn't serve our higher purpose. We got to do it through gratitude and through love. It can be definitely sad to finally realize what's not been serving us, to see the things that we do need to release. And it's okay to grieve that loss, to allow yourself to release those tears as well, to cry, to grieve those old patterns, to grieve the changes. And we have fear. About the changes. I move easily and confidently through the changes in my life. Feel the fear and do it anyways. Can you walk through this portal? Can you embrace the doorway of change? This is that doorway of fear. I have doorways on both of those cards there. Embrace change and fear. It's going to be that dark night of the soul period. When we feel like those shadows come up. They're asking us to either look at it, to heal it, or to release it so that we can regrow our peace, regrow our connection to well-being. And caution. It's cautioning you to remember to find your bliss, to be selfish enough to want to feel good, to look for positive aspects in every experience, to know that to feel better was at the root of every desire. Caution to be disciplined enough to take meaningful actions today, to take purposeful action. Welcome to January 23rd, a heartfelt journey of emotional release. We have the release card out here. Release and regrowth. Although Aquarius season can block vulnerability, devotion in the number 6 asks you to show where your heart lies through meaningful action. Look out for where and to whom your time is best put, and don't be afraid to abandon any superficial obligations in favor of purposeful work. But don't get too attached to any outcome, because transition in the 6 of Swords needs you to leave behind old ways of thinking in favor of greater mental clarity. For this reason, it is a good time to journal, talk to a close friend, or engage in a therapeutic practice to help you free yourself from old emotional blockages and embrace radical growth. As today opens your mind and your heart to healing, choice with the Lovers sweetly calls you home to yourself. This is a day of simple yet difficult decision-making. where each action moves you closer to either self-love or self-abandonment. That's self-love with the heart chakra. Show your loyalty to yourself by actively choosing to spend your time with work, people, and community that remind you of how worthy you are of love. Today's mantra, to love myself and all of my complexity, is an active choice I can make today. Today's journal prompt, what would I love about myself today if I weren't afraid of what other people think? Today's ritual, because the season lacks the element of water, draw a bath, drink some tea, or swim in a nearby body of water. Sacred space. Being in touch with the vastness and fluidity of water will give your tense emotions room to flow with greater ease. Born on this day, Edward Monet, a French Impressionist painter, Gertrude B. Elion, American biochemist and drug researcher who helped develop leukemia and herpes drug treatments, Chesley Sully Sullenberger III, American pilot who successfully executed an emergency landing on the Hudson River, said this: "Every day we wake up, we have an opportunity to do some good, but there's so much bad that you have to navigate to get to the good." Navigating the sadness, navigating the discomfort, the fear. So I hope this found you on a lovely altitude today before you soar on out of here. Remember to look for positive aspects in every experience today and tune into self-love, to loving those unique parts of you, the complex parts of you, and look for ways to let in love from the practices and peoples who are here to support you. Take care. Thank you for tuning in. Namaste.